is the taller at 6'11". He wins the tap, and we're underway. North Dakota State quickly in the front court. Now Jeff Griffin has it. They work it around the left side to Lingo, and traveling is called as Lingo dumped it off in the corner to Ross Manson, and he just shuffled his feet. Our officiating crew, headed by referee Mike Cadwell out of Sioux City, Iowa. Al Monaco out of Omaha is one of the umpires. Pete Hansen from Spencer, Iowa was scheduled to be the other, but he is not here tonight. We've got a third official whose identity we do not know, but a three-man crew as usual in the NCC. St. Cloud State in the front court now, just underway from Hallenbeck Hall. Here's Dan Ward, cuts to the middle, running 8-footer is way off the mark. Rebound, Charnowski battles for it and is fouled as he took it away from Jeff Lingo, who tried to get it back and reached in, the game's first foul.
Well, North Dakota State definitely cannot have Lingo in foul trouble.
Husky basketball on 98 Country, WWJO St. Cloud. I'm John Schroeder along with former Husky guard Dean Kessler. Pass in. Charnowski is there and lays it in off a nice inbound feed from the baseline from Ward. 2-0 St. Cloud State. North Dakota State now races it forward into the front court. Again, the Bison like a very high tempo under new coach Tom Billiter. Now they set up in the half court with Jeff Griffin on the right wing. Huskies right now in the man-for-man with Griffin guarded by, of all people, Dan Ward, who's about 5 inches smaller. Out on top is point guard Willie Mundine. Dumps it off for Griffin on the right wing, looking in for Wenschlag. He's being fronted by Bodette, so Griffin brings it back out on top to Manson. Now to Mundine, 10 left on the shot clock. Here's Manson, left wing, moves around his man. Springer tries the running 6-footer, no good. Rebound Lingo, and his follow-up is good.
There's Lingo, great athlete. He's probably the one guy who really goes the offensive boards hard.
We're tied at 2, a minute 20 into this ball game. Huskies in the front court. Bodette lobs down low. Charnowski banks it in.
That's going to be there the whole time. Huskies just outsize him.
Charnowski cutting left to right under the basket. Got the lob pass. Hit the reverse layup. 4-2 St. Cloud State. Bison in the front court. Wenschlag at the high post. Dumps underneath for Lingo, and he is fouled. Bumped from behind by Charnowski on a good entry pass. Wenschlag to Lingo.
North Dakota State likes to use a lot of pro sets. They like a lot getting situations where they can get a high-low situation. And Wenschlag, they're always looking for Wenschlag. He's a big man in there.
Pass in now from baseline right. Ross Manson hands it right in front of him to Mundine. He kicks it back into the left corner for Griffin. His outside jumper is no good, long on the rim. Rebound to McDonald, shovels it ahead, low pass for Ward, who recovers it, gets it out for Bodette. Long outside jumper by Chris won't go. And the rebound taken by Lingo. Outlet now Mundine, further ahead. Into the front court comes Griffin. He'll slow it up on the right side perimeter. Huskies starting out on the man-for-man. Willie Mundine, the starting point guard on the left wing, brings it out top. Griffin on the right wing. Here's Manson. He's a good three-point shooter. Lob pass down low, knocked away from Wenschlag, who saves it on the baseline. It was deflected, but it gets to Griffin. Now Griffin's pass intercepted near the timeline. Springer is off to the races, banks it in. He was fouled.
Great steal by Scott. He anticipated it real well. That's a senior leadership again. Great play by Scott.
Springer knocked the ball away a couple of strides short of the timeline as that pass came back out to the point. Springer got there to knock it away. He was off to the races to lay it in, and he was fouled by Mundine. So the basket will count. Springer will go to the line. St. Cloud State's top free throw shooter through the non-conference portion of their season, Scott Springer, 89%, 24 of 27. He'll try to add one more here. Free throw is good. 7-2, St. Cloud State. Huskies with a little full court pressure. The Bison break it though, and they're into the front court with Griffin now. They work it around to Ross Manson on the left wing, and he'll slowly dribble back out on top. Griffin in the corner, and go back out to Griffin. He'll try the three. That's good. They're going to say a two-pointer. He had his feet on the arc. Jeff Griffin with the outside jumper to make it a three-point Husky lead at 7-4. Now Danny Ward front courts it for the Huskies. He's on the left side. Passes down low on the block. Bodette kicks it back out to McDonald beyond the top of the key. McDonald to the right-hand dribble. Pulls up 16-foot fadeaway right side. Got the roll.
Nice move by Joe. Used his body real well right there.
9-4 Huskies equaling their biggest lead as the Bison come forward now in the front court with Jeff Griffin. Mundine has it out top back to Griffin on the right wing. Goes to the dribble. Now stops. Brings it out top between the circles. Manson. Mundine left wing. Cuts to his left. Spinning through the lane. Passes off Lingo to Wenschlag, and he jams it. Wenschlag got the pass. Mid-lane came down with a vengeance. Huskies back to a 3-point lead. Ward goes through the lane. Bounce pass back out to Bodette. His 17-footer is long. Bodette with his own rebound and lays it in.
Yeah, I watched practice. The Huskies practice the last 3 days, and Chris Bodette has been so aggressive, and he earned this starting spot tonight. He's played really well.
Man, that was a 17-footer that he missed, and he outraced about 4 players for the rebound and hit the reverse layup follow. Now Griffin's running jumper from the right baseline. Won't go for the herd, and the rebound comes down to Springer and the Huskies. St. Cloud stayed up 11-6, and they are into the front court. Ward bounce pass down low, right baseline. Sharanowski's fall-away jumper is good. Haug's got 6, and the Huskies have their biggest lead at 13-6. Now Mundine spins into the lane, dumps it off for Wenschlag. His shot was blocked as he went for the jam. It was knocked away. Either Springer or Bodette got it. Near Ward at the break, and he loses it. Stolen by Manson, who's off to the races back the other way for NDSU, and Manson is fouled by McDonald.
That was a good scouting report by North Dakota State. When Danny Ward penetrates, he's always looking to throw it out to the 2-man, and Ross Manson anticipated that really well right there.
Foul on McDonald is the second against St. Cloud State, the other on Sharanowski. Now both teams with changes. North Dakota State brings Troy Hartman, a 6'7" senior, into the ballgame. He's out of Bismarck. At the line is Hartman. Free throw is good, his first point. Not Hartman, but Manson rather at the line, his first point. For the Huskies, Stuart Kramer and Greg Kesty check into the game. Both seniors. Both Twin Cities players. Kesty out of Eden Prairie, Kramer out of Maple Grove. Huskies lose it. Sharanowski lost the ball at the timeline. Against full court pressure, the Bison get it back, and as Manson goes to the basket, he is fouled. Manson moments earlier had made both free throws. Then the Huskies, against pressure, trying to bring the basketball back. Sharanowski lost it, and Manson is fouled by Kesty.
I tell you, North Dakota State's coming out. They're looking confident. I think they're ready to play.
Manson will inbound, front court from the right baseline. Loops it out top to Lingo. Top the circle now to Mundine. Griffin now to Lingo down in the right corner. Cross court to the left wing. Here's Manson. Top the circle, Mundine. Now Griffin has it again, right side perimeter. Manson comes back to the point to get it back from Griffin. Now gives it back to Jeff Griffin. Mundine atop the circle. Manson left wing. Hurd passing the ball around patiently on the perimeter. Manson has it. He'll dribble it back out, give it off to Mundine with 20 on the shot clock. Now Griffin. Lob pass down low, twice deflected, intercepted by Sharanowski, intended for Hartman. Howe gets it off to Ward, front court. Kramer pulls up, outside Jay won't go. And the rebound taken by the Bison. Mundine cleared the board, and he'll bring it into the front court himself. North Dakota State down by 5 as Mundine penetrates, dishes, Lingo is fouled.
Nice play by Mundine. Dino DeVita's coming into the game now. The one thing, the Huskies bench, that's a big thing that's going to contribute to them in the NCC. There's maybe one other team in the NCC that might be able to have the same kind of bench and success that they have is maybe South Dakota. But shoot, the bench is averaging 34 points a game for them coming off the bench. That's just
compared to, what did you say, about 42?
42 for the starters.
Okay. And the thing is, it's difficult to gauge that as who are starters and who are reserves on this team.
I'm just going by tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight's starting lineup.
Lingo at the line misses the first free throw. Second one's up and good. So Lingo makes 1 of 2. He's got 3 points. It's 13-9, St. Cloud State. That last foul on Kesty, so Greg has 2 quick fouls.
But I really like the way North Dakota State's coming out. They're looking confident. You know, I think they might have been kind of mad that they were predicted last in the conference.
Pressure against the Huskies now by the Bison, full court pressure, but St. Cloud State breaks it, and DeVita now, who as Dean mentioned, has come in for Ward at the point guard. He's got it on top. To McDonald, sets up, running jumper is good. McDonald might have gotten away with a walk as he cans the outside J. 4 for McDonald, 15-9 Huskies. North Dakota State now has inserted Bart Manson, the younger brother of Ross Manson. Bart has it out on top to brother Bart on the left wing. Now here's the high post pass, Hartman. Down low on the right side, block, Lingo, kicks it back out. Hartman, his 13-footer is good.
Hartman's going to have to play big. Brian Sand broke his foot earlier this year, and he's going to have to be the big man in there, step in, take over for Winchlake. Give him a break.
Huskies up by 4. Pass to McDonald beyond the free throw line. Stops. Off-balance jumper is an air ball. McDonald went midair and had somebody in his face. And then the Bison throw it away. They had cleanly come up with the rebound, and the Huskies were retreating, getting ready to play the half-court defense, and the Herd just threw it away carelessly. Two changes now for the Huskies, both at the post. Charnowski and Kesty come out. Travis Brown and Chris Bodette come back in. Bodette, the starter at center, and Brown, the 6'6 junior college transfer. Now the Huskies try the alley-oop off the inbounds. DeVita's pass, though, for Kramer misfires. And the Bison come up with the loose ball into the front court now. Bart Manson has it out on top. Griffin back to Bart Manson. Now to Ross Manson on the left wing. Dribbles to his left, stops, brings it out to the high post, Hartman. Now here's Bart Manson to the right baseline, puts up the jumper, partially blocked by Kramer. Huskies are back the other way on the break. DeVita up the right side, goes to the baseline, lays it up and in.
Great move by Dino.
Excellent finger roll by DeVita so as to avoid the block. 17-11, St. Cloud State, 13-10 left first half. Pass in now, Hartman's triple teamed in the paint and he is fouled. Hartman got the entry pass. He was halfway down the left edge of the lane, and as he spun back to his left, one of the three Huskies that had converged defensively, DeVita, is called for reaching in.
I know what St. Cloud State they're going to do. When the ball gets inside, they're just going to double and triple team. They're going to make them beat them from the outside. And the two Mansons are really the only two outside shooters they have.
St. Cloud State with McDonald coming out and Chad Gurman coming in. Gurman, the junior from Sandstone, the Huskies' leading scorer, averaging 19 per game. Ross Manson leaves now for North Dakota State. And after a brief respite, Lingo is back in. Huskies will drop into a 2-3 zone now as the Bison pass it in, down by 6 with 13 minutes to go in the first half. Jeff Griffin has it left wing, passes in the lane. Hartman fakes, then dumps it out on the corner. Lingo's shot is an air ball. Boy, he missed by a mile. And the rebound to Kramer for the Huskies. St. Cloud State in the front court now with DeVita. He's out on top, guarded by Mundine. Passes off. Gurman's long jumper is good. Gurman with his first shot of the night, that rainbow arcing jumper, a 3, and the Huskies lead it by 9.
With a hand in his face, too. Great shot.
20-11, St. Cloud State. North Dakota State in the front court. Jeff Lingo atop the circle. Looks left, passes back to the right to Griffin. Now beyond the top of the key once again to Bart Manson. Back to Griffin, way out on the right side, guarded by Kramer as the Huskies have gone back to the man-for-man. Here's Mundine, cuts off a pick on the right wing, gets it out. Hartman's jumper is good. A stride inside the three-point arc, top of the key jumper by Troy Hartman.
Hartman's kind of like a Bill Lane beer. When he's going to do the pick and roll, he's basically going to step back instead of go to the basket. Good shooter.
Husky lead is 7 now as DeVita comes in the front court. Bounce pass off the screen down low, but it eludes Travis Brown. Went out of bounds as Travis could not handle it on the give and go. So the Huskies turn it over.
One thing the Huskies are doing on defense is they're playing man-to-man defense. They're denying on the wings, but they're not really coming out at them. They're staying at the three-point line. They're going to clog the middle because that's where North Dakota State's strength's at.
Bison now into the front court with Hartman out on top to Bart Manson. Now they work it around to the right wing side to Willie Mundine. Hartman's open from 16. That rims out, no good. Rebound, Brown takes it away from Lingo. Outlet right comes to DeVita, front court. Gurman pulls up. His shot is partially blocked, but he was fouled by Mundine. As Gurman tried that quick release three-pointer from the right side, and Mundine picks up his second foul.
A coach's nightmare. Never foul a jump shooter, especially a three-pointer.
Now this will be a 3-shot foul for Gurman because he was behind the arc. Change for North Dakota State now as Latorial Harris checks in. He's out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. A 6'6 redshirt junior coming in at the forward. Dean, does it seem to you that this game has just that little extra half step of intensity for everybody now that the conference is going?
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
Free throw by Gurman is good. Again, he's got 2 more coming because he was shooting a three-pointer when fouled. Second one also good. So that gives the Huskies the 22-13 lead, equaling their biggest advantage so far.
Look for the Huskies to press after his made basket.
23-13. Gurman with 3 straight from the line. He's got 6 points, and there is the full court pressure. Pass in comes to Harris. He's double teamed. Gets it ahead to Griffin across the timeline. Now it's a 3-on-1. Pass to the left side. Bart Manson lays it up and in. Nice dish from Mundine as the Bison created a 3-on-1 as they broke the Husky pressure. 23-15 SCSU. 11-10 left first half. Front court for the Huskies. Bodette has it at the high post to Gurman. Wide open off a pick. 3 is short off the rim. Rebound though on the offensive end to Kramer. And then he passes back out, but it was an errant pass, and DeVita has to chase it in the backcourt for an over and back. So good offensive board work by Stu Kramer, but he got a little bit quick on the pass and threw it away.
I think Coach Miller's got to be pretty happy with North Dakota State right now. They're down by 8, 10 minutes and 56 seconds left. You know, they've been playing pretty well. They're pretty confident. And I knew it was going to come in. The Huskies are just a tad, their timing's just a little off. They haven't played for 12 games, and you can tell North Dakota State played this week.
Bison pass it in the front court. They brought Rob Stefanowicz into the game at guard. Also back in is Ross Manson. Bart Manson has it out on top. Now dribbles to his left, dumps it off for brother Bart, puts up the long jumper, no good. And the rebound to Bodette. Clears it off for DeVita, who's across the timeline. Veers to his right on the dribble. DeVita goes to the left-hand layup and drew the foul. DeVita, a couple of times tonight, who has been known, of course, more for his passing and playmaking, he's gone to the basket off transition and drawn fouls.
Well, I think Coach Raymond told both Danny and Dino, you know, the teams are scouted. The teams know that if they're going to penetrate, they're normally going to look out for the two-man. Heck, they're just going straight to the basket. He's picked up 2 fouls right now for Dino.
Scott Springer will check in at the small forward for the Huskies. Springer, a starter who replaces Kramer. Charnowski also back into the game. Travis Brown hits the bench. And DeVita's free throw is good. First of 2 for Dino, who has 3 points. Huskies lead it by 9. 24-15, almost at the halfway point of the first half. Second free throw also good. DeVita makes them both. Huskies equal their biggest lead. 10:30 left, first half, 25-15. Now the Herd in the front court, trying to solve this Husky defense, which at the moment is a man-for-man. On the right side, Rob Stefanowicz, originally a walk-on at North Dakota State. Dumps it down in the corner to Hartman, back to Stefanowicz. Now at the top of the circle, Bart Manson to brother Ross Manson on the left wing. In the corner, the pass comes to Harris. Now they work it back out on top. Stefanowicz to Ross Manson. Bart Manson out on top. Stefanowicz right wing, fakes the 3. Goes to the dribble, 10 on the shot clock. Hartman has it, right corner. Husky fans love the defense. Stefanowicz, Bart Manson puts up the running 3-pointer. That's good from the right wing. First tray for the Bison. Bart Manson on the jumper. 25-18, St. Cloud State. Pass comes down in the left corner. Springer for the Huskies. To the high post, Bodette. Between the circles now, DeVita running the offense for the Huskies to German on the left wing. Ross Manson with him. Springer has it at the free throw line. Looks in, brings it back out on the wing. Charnowski passes back out to DeVita, and the Huskies will set a new offensive cycle here. He gets it off. German's jumper is no good. Off that motion jumper, German couldn't get it to go from 15 on the left side. Rebound to North Dakota State. Hartman has it, front court, top of the circle. Brings it out to Bart Manson. Bart Manson, who spent last year at Imperial Valley Community College in California, originally from Minot, North Dakota. Stefanowicz has it, back to Bart Manson, left wing, goes to the baseline, cleanly knocked away by DeVita, who tries to save it, throws it into the backcourt. It'll roll out of bounds right into the hands of NDSU coach Tom Billiter. Nice defense by DeVita, but after blocking that shot cleanly, he tried to save it, shoved it wildly into the backcourt, and the Huskies couldn't get to it.
Well, that was definitely the best play. You see so many people always want to throw it in right by the basket, and that's probably the worst thing you can do.
Because it usually goes right into the opponent's hands for a layup.
Yep.
Looks spectacular. It's terrible. Bison in the front court now. They're down by 7 with 8:40 left first half. Ross Manson to Bart Manson beyond the top of the circle. Dribbles to his left off a pick. Stops at the line. Gets it off to Stefanowicz. Shoots at the shot clock buzzer. No good. 16-footer was short. Rebound of the Huskies. Ward runs it ahead on the break. Stops atop the key. Gets it down low. Bodette banks it in on the turnaround J from 8 feet out.
The Huskies can definitely get the ball inside anytime. They're just so much bigger than North Dakota State.
4 for Bodette, 27-18, St. Cloud State. Stefanowicz on the right wing, goes to the baseline, works around Springer, reverse layup is good.
Butch isn't very happy with that. No weak side help.
Rob Stefanowicz with a nifty move. 27-20 Huskies with 8 minutes to go first half. Ward one-hands a pass on the right wing to German. Back to the basket, takes a dribble, brings it out beyond the top of the circle to Springer. Whips it on the left wing to Ward. Back out between the circles now. German back to Ward. And now Danny will set the offense. Loops an alley-oop pass to Springer. Comes down with it. Turnaround jumper, no good, but he was fouled. Boy, that was excellent athleticism by Springer as he got the alley-oop pass in traffic. Knew that he could not put it up in midair. So he came down with it, kept his balance, and was able to get the shot off and draw the foul.
I tell you, if the Huskies are just patient, they could get the ball inside every time. 3, 4, and 5 men, they're all bigger than North Dakota State. And you can just tell, every time they've got it inside, they've scored. I think if they're just patient with it, get it inside. get North Dakota State in foul trouble. Should be a long night for North Dakota State.
Foul was on Rob Stefanowicz, his first. Team fouls are 5 aside now, and at the line is Scott Springer. He has 3 points so far, trying to give the Huskies an 8-point lead. Free throw up and no good off the back iron. Travis Brown has come in for the Huskies. Joel McDonald also back in, a forward and guard respectively. Bodette hits the bench, as does Gurman. Free throw number 2 for Springer is away and good. Nothing but net. So he's got 4. It's 28-20 St. Cloud State. Sophomore Bart Manson will front court it now for North Dakota State. Gets it off to Griffin, who's returned for the Bison. Wenschlag also back in at center, and Lingo is checked back in at a forward now for NDSU. Bison back to their original starting lineup, save for Bart Manson. He's in there for Mundine at a guard. Griffin has it, right wing. Huskies,
they're in the matchup zone.
starts out as a 2-3, but as Dean mentioned, a lot of shifting with the matchups. Ross Manson has it right wing, bounce pass down low, right baseline. Lingo banks it up and off, no good. Wenschlag has the offensive board, fakes, and then banks it in. Wenschlag with 4. That play set up, though, on the nice penetration move by Lingo. 28-22, St. Cloud State. Ward backing in, lobs a pass down low, intended for Brown, but knocked away by Lingo. Good anticipation by Jeff Lingo, and the Bison come back. Griffin passes in the lane. Wenschlag goes to the dribble, had the ball knocked away, and a foul is called by McDonald.
I think the referee missed one there. That looked like a good rip by Joel.
Call made by referee Mike Cadwell, and McDonald's foul is his second, the Huskies' 6th. Dean, I thought that Wenschlag made a mistake. He was open from a stride inside the free throw line in the lane. He passed up the shot, went to the dribble, and went right into traffic. Pass in now in the lane. Griffin had it knocked away by the Huskies, who come out on the break. 3-on-3. Ward down the middle. Shovels it back behind him for McDonald, who goes to the baseline, throws it up wildly with the left hand, hit the side of the backboard. Out of bounds, goes to North Dakota State. McDonald knows that was an ill-advised shot. He's coming out of the game now, replaced by Gurman. One of those situations, Dean, where you get midair and you find you got a hand in the face and you got to do something with it.
Yeah. Joel's just got to get a little more under control.
Huskies up by 6 as the Bison come into the front court now. Bart Manson passes off on his wing, right side to Griffin. Lingo has it. Top the key. Now to Bart Manson. Three-pointer is good, right wing. Bart Manson has both threes for the Bison. He's got 8. And with 5 in a row, North Dakota State has trimmed the Husky lead to 3. It's 28-25. Gurman sets up, shoots from 19, in and out, rebound Wenschlag for the Herd. And then North Dakota State throws it away. Wenschlag's outlet pass intended for Bart Manson first hit Springer, and then an instant later it hit Manson. That was Ross Manson, rather, went out of bounds, so it's a turnover.
That's the second time now they got in too big a hurry to get the outlet. Bison definitely have to take care of the ball. They're playing well, though. It's a 3-point game. Good game.
LaTroy Spann has come in now for St. Cloud State, the 6'7 senior. Checks in at a forward. He and Brown are the 2 big men right now. Stu Kramer also in at the 3 spot for the Huskies. Gurman has it left wing, lobs down low, intended for Brown, and he was fouled from behind by Lingo, who has his second.
Look for Gurman to get a double screen off this out-of-bounds play.
The pass in will come from Ward to the left of the Husky basket on the baseline. There is that screen. Gurman gets the basketball, but was guarded well by Ross Manson. Couldn't get the shot off and brings it back out on top to Ward. Huskies trying to work on a 3-point lead here. Up 28-25. Gurman has it left wing. Cross court to Ward on the right side perimeter. Ward has it, rifles it down low on the right block. Turnaround jumper by Spann is good. LaTroy Spann with his first 2.
Nice play by LaTroy. He's had a good week of practice. Seems like it's carried over now in the game.
30-25 Huskies. Pass down low. Lingo cross-courts it on the left baseline to Wenschlag. He bobbled it but recovered and brings it back out on top. Bart Manson. On the right wing, Lingo back out to Manson, and he'll set up the offense. Huskies back into the man-for-man right now. Bart Manson to brother Ross Manson, way out on the right side. Takes a dribble, brings it back out near the timeline to Griffin. Cuts to his left, has it knocked away cleanly by Ward. Nice steal by Danny, who's off to the races. 1-on-3. Ward banks it up and in. That was a triple pump.
Danny's known to make the hard shots.
Not a double, but a triple pump.
I didn't think he could hang in the air that long.
He had 3 guys on him. 32-25 Huskies. 4 straight for St. Cloud State. 4:40 to the half as the Bison come into the front court. Bart Manson goes behind the back on the dribble, guarded by Gurman on the right side. Brings it out to Ross Manson. On the left wing, here's Griffin. Lingo, top the circle, goes down the lane, dishes for Wenschlag, banks it up and in, it'll count. And Spann was whistled for the foul.
Jason Wenschlag, each year he's really improved. I never got to see him his freshman, sophomore year, or I guess his freshman year, but he's really improved. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's going to the basket hard. He's being really aggressive.
He's led the NCC in block shots each of the last 2 years, and as we mentioned, each one of those campaigns, he set a league record in block shots, 55 2 years ago, and 89 rejections last season. But, Dean, as you mentioned, he's adding other dimensions now to his game.
Well, I know for a fact the last 2 summers he's worked with former North Dakota State All-American Lance Burwell, who's playing pro ball in Spain. And, that's definitely helped. That's the same place where Kesty and Bodette went last year.
Yeah.
You can see the improvement they've made.
Free throw is no good by Wenschlag. So it's 32-27 Huskies. Front court now for St. Cloud State. Gurman under duress. Threw it up wildly from the free throw line. Drew the foul. He nearly made an acrobatic shot there and drew the foul. As is, he will shoot 2 now. A couple of Bison players were around him. And the foul is going to be charged on Ross Manson. That'll be his first. Both teams with 7 now. This will be a 2-shot foul. Travis Brown will come out, and Chris Bodette back in at the post for St. Cloud State. And Chad Gurman will move to the free throw line now. Gurman's foul shot good. Chad coming into this game second to Scott Springer in free throw shooting percentage, about 87% for Gurman, and he's made 4 straight so far tonight from the line.
Well, I can guarantee at the end of the year he'll be a 90%er. Kid never misses. Good thing I didn't jinx him.
Yeah. Both hit nothing but net that time. He's one of those free throw shooters who very seldom even hits the rim. 34-27 St. Cloud State. 4:05 left first half as the Bison come into the front court. Bart Manson passes off to Hartman, who's returned to the game. He's at the line, back out to Manson. Wenschlag in the right corner, dumps it down low on the right block. Here's Griffin, double team, takes a dribble to free himself and hits the fadeaway jumper from the lane. Jeff Griffin with his second bucket. 34-29 Huskies, 3:40 remaining first half. Here's Ward in the front court, veering to his left on the dribble, along the arc, goes to the baseline, bounce pass back out. Gurman's 3, yes! Both of Gurman's field goals are trifectas. 6 by that route. 11 overall on the night for Gurman. 37-29 SCSU. Wenschlag at the high post. Passes down low on the right baseline. Hartman couldn't control it. It went out of bounds. Turnover, North Dakota State.
I can sense kind of a little run going on for the Huskies right now. Last 3:15.
Pass in the backcourt, and Ward will slowly walk it ahead for St. Cloud State as he gets it off for Gurman. On the right wing, working against Ross Manson, who's had Gurman most of the night while he's been in there tonight. Back out top. Ward to Gurman, running three-pointer is no good, way off the mark. Rebound controlled by Kramer. Got it to Bodette, who threw it away, and then a foul is called. It was a nice offensive keep alive, if you will, by Kramer. As on the baseline, he one-touched a pass to Bodette, but Chris was falling out of bounds. He tried to rifle it back out on top. It was intercepted by Bart Manson, who was fouled at the timeline, and that was one of those things, prevent the penalty shot.
That was
he was
great
off
play
to the
by
races.
Danny, though. Great play, because he was going to get beat. He might as well just foul him instead of giving up an easy layup.
Yeah, it was
earning at the free throw line.
Ward's first foul, and now they're going to make Manson shoot. Free throw is no good. And the rebound of the Huskies to Spann. So that looks like a very good play by Ward. 2:45 to the half as the Huskies come back. Ward penetrates, brings it back out to Bodette, left corner. Kramer's long jumper, no good. Rebound Spann, takes a dribble, puts it back up strong, and had it blocked from behind by Wenschlag. Loose ball recovered by Griffin. Here come the Herd on the break. Griffin is hemmed in, so he slows it up, brings it back out. Now Griffin gets it back, dumps it down low, right baseline. Hartman's jump hook is good. Troy Hartman has 6 off the bench, and the Husky lead is 6 points. 37-31, 2:20 on the clock. Dan Ward in the front court, the sophomore point guard who led the NCC in assists as a freshman last year. Passes left, deflected, gets to Kramer. Back out to Ward, dribbles to his right, looks right, now passes left. Gurman sets up, running jumper, won't go. Long rebound is taken by Ross Manson. He was guarding Gurman, and that rebound came a good 20 feet out. Didn't even have to move, came right to him. Now Bart Manson is into the front court to start the NDSU offense. Passes to a not-looking Wenschlag, went right behind him and had to be run down by Ross Manson way out on the left sidelines. Ross Manson to Hartman, loops down low. Wenschlag open, banks it in, it'll count. And a foul on Spann as he bumped him.
Yeah, North Dakota State always looking to get in that high-low situation. Whether it's Wenschlag high or Wenschlag low, they got a nice combination with Hartman and Wenschlag in there.
Fourth basket for Jason Wenschlag, and he'll try to make it a three-point play. Husky lead now down to 4, 37-33 with 1:41 on the clock. Spann, Bodette, and Kramer all come out. Greg Kesty, Haug Charnowski, and Scott Springer come in to form a new front line for the Huskies. Wenschlag at the line. A Minneapolis Roosevelt product who is an all-city player as a senior 4 years ago for the Teddies. Free throw, no good. St. Cloud State with the rebound. Dan Ward in the front court atop the key. He works the offense, spins a bounce pass on the right edge of the lane. Charnowski, turnaround, fadeaway jumper over Wenschlag is no good. Wenschlag might have got the tip of a finger on that shot. So it looked like it might have been altered. It was short on the rim, and the rebound in North Dakota State. They've got a chance to further trim this 4-point lead. St. Cloud State up 37-33. Right baseline jump hook. Wenschlag no good. Rebound Griffin lost it out of bounds, but it went off of Kesty.
Tell you what, when Wenschlag extends, he's a big human being.
Yeah. 6'11", goes about 210 pounds, so he's not a huge individual in terms of his build, but he is tall and with that long wingspan. Coming up tomorrow night, St. Cloud State will have a ticket swap. The Huskies hosting North Dakota in basketball at 8 p.m. and the St. Cloud State hockey team taking on the Czech national select team at 6:05 at National Hockey Center. If you've got a ticket for either of those events, you'll be able to see the other one absolutely free. So in other words, you go to the hockey game at 6:05, save your ticket stub, bring it to the basketball game, show it, and you'll be admitted free. 2 games for the price of 1 tomorrow night. St. Cloud State hockey and basketball, a ticket swap hosted by St. Cloud State Men's Athletics. As a player whose number is listed incorrectly in the program, in the official program, the player is Jeff Stevens, a 6'6" freshman out of Fargo South High School. He is wearing number 54, but on our program he's listed as number 55. So one would assume that it was just an oversight on the part of the North Dakota State sports information people. They put the wrong number in the program, and it's a technical foul. Chad Gurman at the line shooting a 2-shot bench technical. First one is no good. Second free throw good. So the Huskies make 1 of 2 technical foul shots, and now St. Cloud State will get possession with 1:09 left in the half.
Tell you what, if it comes down to a 1 or 2 point game, they're going to feel awful dumb about that.
They're going to kick on themselves after that. Halftime score in now from Mankato. The Mavericks are leading North Dakota 36-24 at the half. Huskies in the front court. Pass nearly intercepted. Gets to Kesty. Back out on top to Ward with 1 minute left in the half. Lob pass down low. Charnowski's there. Fakes twice and then banks it in.
Again, the size just takes over inside. They could get the ball inside anytime they want.
Charnowski split the seam down low. Got between 2 Bison players, and Ward got the pass to him from out top. 40-33. Huskies with 40 seconds left in the half. Ross Manson has it. Out high on the left side, cross court to Bart Manson, his younger brother. Ross Manson has it again on the left wing. 20 seconds now on the shot clock, 26 on the game clock as the Bison with the Manson brothers playing catch on the perimeter continue to work the clock. Bart Manson now to Hartman, 16-footer in and out. Rebound to Springer and the Huskies. 15 left on the game clock. Here comes St. Cloud State in the front court. Now 10 seconds left as Ward dribbling between the circles. Bounce past high post, Kesty. Turns to the basket, back out to Ward. He goes down the right edge of the lane. Ward shovels it up wildly off balance. No good. Rebound in North Dakota State. They throw it the length of the court, not even close, as the first half comes to an end. So our score after 20 minutes of NCC opening basketball, St. Cloud State 40, North Dakota State 33, 14-13. And here's the alternate possession pass in, and we're underway with second half play. Huskies leading North Dakota State 40-33. Pass in for the Huskies. They work it down low, left baseline. Chris Bodette out to Haug Charnowski at the high post. Now to Dan Ward, the point guard. Joel McDonald and Scott Springer also in the lineup. The Huskies back to their original starting 5. Charnowski has it atop the key. Now to Ward on the right wing. To McDonald, a step beyond the top of the circle, goes down the lane, has a shot blocked cleanly from behind by Ross Manson, who starts the break. Ahead to Mundine, who stops at a jump in the lane. His shot is rejected by Beaudet, but the loose ball comes to Wenschlag, and he scores. So the Bison with the first two this half, and they come up with another steal as the Huskies get careless in the front court. Lingo gets it ahead for Mundine, who misses the layup. Rebound Charnowski, and the Huskies break back the other way, 2-on-2. Ward behind the back to Charnowski, who was fouled as he went to the hole.
Big key for these teams, the first 5 minutes of the second half. It looks like North Dakota State coming out a little more aggressive. St. Cloud's got to take care of the ball.
Charnowski will go to the line as that foul was on Griffin, his first of the night, first on either club this half. The Bison also back to their original starting five of Willie Mundine, Ross Manson, Jeff Griffin, Jeff Lingo, and Jason Wenschlag. Charnowski now at the line. Haug had 8 points in that first half. He'll shoot a double here. Free throw is in and out, no good. Charnowski, who last year, as a sophomore, was 26th in the NCC in scoring, 4th in rebounding, 2nd in steals, 7th in field goal percentage. Good overall game for Charnowski. Free throw is good. He makes 1 of 2, 9 points for Haug, 41-35, St. Cloud State. Here come the Bison now in the front court. Griffin's got it way out on the right side, dumps it down into the right corner. Wenschlag back to Griffin atop the circle. Mundine fakes left, cuts right down the lane, dishes for Lingo, who misses the reverse layup. And the rebound long comes to Ward. 3-on-2 break. Ward down the middle. Kicks it back out. McDonald's three-pointer is off the back rim. Rebound, though, is taken by Beaudet, and he'll bring it back out. So a fresh 45 on the shot clock for the Huskies after they missed that long outside jumper off transition. McDonald beyond the top of the key. Has it, stops, and then brings it back out to Springer. Now to Ward on the right side wing. Ward goes to his left on the dribble. Stops a step inside the free throw line. Hands it back out. Now Charnowski has it on top. Back to Ward. 20 on the shot clock. Ward gets it for Beaudet at the high post to Springer. He's open from 19. That shot's no good. Rebound by McDonald, and his putback was an air ball. As McDonald tried to follow it up from midair, he didn't set himself, and that shot looked very awkward. Now a three by Griffin is good. They'll say a two-pointer. Jeff Griffin nails the long outside jumper. He's got 6. Husky lead is 4, 41-37.
Huskies really looking lethargic out there today.
Now McDonald's outside jumper is blocked by Ross Manson. McDonald goes after the loose ball. Mundine comes up with it. Ahead to Manson. He's open for the 3. That's off the front iron. Whistle and a foul against the Herd. On the rebound as Springer went after it, and Wenschlag came over his back.
The thing that's killed the Bison, even in the first half, every time they started a run, you know, they had those 2 bad passes. They got good rebounds, and then they just got careless and threw the ball away. Here in the second half, they got a little run, and they missed 2 layups and a open 3-point shot. Those are the shots that they got to hit.
That foul was not on Wenschlag, but rather Griffin, his second this half. He's got both North Dakota State fouls. Now the Huskies work it down low on the post. Charnowski cross-courts it through the lane to Beaudet, who hits the layup. Nice pass by Haug as he was double-teamed, got it off to Beaudet, who has 6. St. Cloud State up by 6. Outside jumper now by Lingo. Top of the key, no good. Rebound. Oh, a great board by Wenschlag, and he is fouled. Jason Wenschlag was sandwiched in between Beaudet and Springer. Somehow came down with the basketball and drew the foul. Fouls on Beaudet, his first. Huskies first this half. And now the 6'11" senior Jason Wenschlag will shoot a double. First one is up and good. He missed both his free throws in the first half. Wenschlag now with 11 points. And it's 43-38. St. Cloud State's lead now further trimmed, 43-39 as Wenschlag makes both foul shots. Full court pressure now by the Bison. Ward double teamed in the backcourt. Turn back, gets it off for Beaudet. Now ahead to Gurman, who's replaced McDonald. Gurman to Charnowski, and he jams it.
Good play by Chad. If he would have put the ball on the floor, that pass wouldn't have got there. Great play by Chad.
Gurman got it a couple of steps to the Huskies' front court side of the timeline. Got it to Charnowski, who was cutting through the lane, and he hammered it down. 45-39, St. Cloud State. About 3 minutes into the second half. Griffin has it, top the circle. To Mundine on the right wing. Willie Mundine to the baseline. Dumps it down low. Lingo lost it out of bounds, and they'll award it to North Dakota State.
Move your feet out there!
98 Country, the home of Husky basketball. WWJO St. Cloud. John Schroeder and Dean Kessler from Hallenbeck Hall on this NCC night opener. Emmett Keenan is our producer tonight. Now the pass down low off the inbounds pass came to Wenschlag, and it went off his hands out of bounds, but last touch Springer. So North Dakota State will throw in from to the right of their basket. Ross Manson, starting off guard, brings it into Lingo. He's their starting three-man. Mundine, the point guard, in the lane. Griffin back out to Mundine, top of the circle, dribbles to his right, knocked away from behind. Traveling is called. Ward reached around going for the steal, got his hand on the basketball, and that kind of upset the rhythm of Mundine, who went to the floor, lost his balance. Willie Mundine, who comes to North Dakota State from Weatherford Junior College in Texas, only 5'10" and a junior, but lightning quick.
He's a lot like Danny Ward. He likes to create things. You know, if he's going to go inside, he's definitely looking to pass, not to shoot.
Yeah, they are similar players in stature and, like you say, in game. Huskies work it to Beaudet. His free throw line jumper, no good. Springer got the loose ball, tried a no-look behind the back pass to Charnowski, but it went right into the hands of a Bison player. So North Dakota State off the turnover comes in the front court. They're down by 6. About 4 minutes into this second half. On the right side now, Griffin gets it off for Wenschlag. His free throw line, Jake crawls out of there, no good. Rebound Charnowski, gets it off for Ward, who starts the break for the Huskies. Ward stops atop the circle, passes off to Gurman, right wing, loops a pass down low on the block to Beaudet. He's covered by Wenschlag, so he'll bring it back out. Now Ward near the timeline will set a new play with 30 on the shot clock. Ward dribbles to his right. Still working the dribble, stops atop the key. Beaudet rifles it down low. Springer fakes, then shoots the fadeaway and hit it. Springer falling to the floor on that fall-away jump shot. He's got 6 tonight, 47-39, St. Cloud State. 15 and a half minutes on the clock. Quick pass, Lingo down low on the left baseline. Wenschlag's jumper rims out, no good. Rebound, Charnowski goes to the floor, and he is called for traveling.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I would have called a jump ball.
Charnowski was tied up by Wenschlag after he hit the floor as he was trying to control it.
I don't know how they could call it travel, because Haug went on the floor, grabbed the ball, and he didn't move.
Beaudet leaves now for the Huskies. Greg Kestian at center. Troy Hartman checks in out of forward for NDSU. Here's a pass in from the baseline front court for the Herd. Looped out on top to Lingo. Passes off on the wing. And back to Griffin. He's at the point now. Griffin to Ross Manson on the right wing, guarded by Springer. Back to Mundine between the circles. Willie Mundine dribbling left. Ward cuts him off. He can't get into the lane. Brings it back out to Ross Manson. The Bison very patient now on the perimeter. Manson now fires up the three. That's no good. Rebound Lingo. It's rejected by Charnowski. And the loose ball recovered again by Lingo, and he is fouled.
2 mistakes the Huskies did right there. First of all, they let Ross Manson have an excellent shot at the basket. He's going to hit that one of these times. And then they didn't box out, let Lingo get the offensive board.
Team fouls to his side this half. And that foul on Kesty is his third. First player to pick up a third foul. Free throw by Lingo is good. Only his 4th point. Lingo leading this club, averaging 15 per night. He also leads the team in steals, in rebounding, almost 8 per game. In field goal percentage and 3-point percentage, and he's 2nd in assists. 2nd free throw, no good, but the offensive rebound by Griffin, and the Bison will get a new 45 in the shot clock. North Dakota State down by 7. Penetrating is Mundine. Now he dishes in the left corner to Griffin. He'll dribble it along the arc, back out on top. Gives it off for Ross Manson out near the timeline. To Griffin, back to Manson at the point. Ross Manson works off a Lingo pick, shoots the 3 and hit it.
He's going to hit one of those.
First 3 for Ross Manson, who's a frequent 3-point shooter, but not necessarily a good one, averaging 34%. Now the Huskies quickly back the other way. They work it down low to Charnowski, and he is fouled by Hartman.
Nice play by Danny. Saw the Bison had their heads turned, and Haug did a great job of running the floor. Always reward a big man for running the floor.
Check that foul call. Not Hartman, but rather Lingo, and that's significant because that's 3 on the out-and-out star of this North Dakota State team, Jeff Lingo. He'll leave the game with his 3rd foul. 3rd team foul on the Bison, and Charnowski will be at the line. We mentioned Haug, the fact that last year, as a sophomore, he was in the top 10 in 3 statistical categories. Free throw good by Charnowski. Another honor that Charnowski had last year, he was an academic all-conference player for St. Cloud State in the NCC, an international business major. Dean, I look at the numbers and I wonder how Shardowski could not be voted all-conference last year.
Well, Haug's a class act, both in the classroom and on the floor. He's worked so hard over the summer, and you can just see the improvement.
Second free throw also good. I guess they look a lot at scoring, and he was 26th in the league in scoring, but he does so much more.
I personally would have had him Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Yeah.
But Boer wasn't bad either. He was a great defensive player, too.
Jeff Boer getting that award, the now graduated South Dakota State guard forward. 49-43 Huskies. Pass down low for the Bison, and a foul is called. As Hartman got the bounce pass from the perimeter, Kesty appeared to cleanly tie him up, but Kesty was called for the foul, his fourth.
It was a good call. He had him on the arm.
Kesty will come out now, replaced by Travis Brown. Kesty wearing a very light left knee brace. Anything wrong there that you know of?
No, I don't. He might have got bumped in practice or something.
It's not anything serious, not a full-fledged brace. Now the Bison work it in down low. Here's Harris, works for the layup, no good. Rebound is tapped in by Hartman, but it won't count. Basket is waved off as Troy Hartman tapped it in from midair, but the officials ruling that he came over the back and Hartman has his first foul. That's a big call.
Yeah. Troy's really aggressive tonight. You know, he's really going to have to step up with Brian Sand hurt. And he's definitely doing that the last 2 or 3 games.
Huskies still leading by 6 as Ward comes in the front court, goes to the right baseline and drew the foul. Ward double teamed by both Hartman and Latorial Harris, who had just come back in.
Looks like Haug hurt. I don't know what's wrong.
Oh man, Charnowski is down on all fours right now and is definitely hurting and holding his chin. Charnowski has left the game for St. Cloud State. Appears to be all right, but shaken up. Pass in for the Huskies to Gurman, and his shot is completely rejected out of bounds by Ross Manson. Wow. What a block by the 6'2 Manson. That's a humbling experience for a shooter like Chad Gurman, but I'm sure he'll bounce back. Another baseline pass in now. Ward to Gurman. Hands it back to Ward, and he'll dribble out on top for the Huskies, who are up by 6 with 13 and a half minutes left in regulation. Gurman on the left wing. Eludes Manson for a moment, doesn't pull the trigger, instead brings it back out to Ward, who's guarded closely by Mundine, and Mundine comes up with the steal, and then Ward trying to get it back is called for reaching in.
Tell you what, Mundine's giving Danny a little problem. Very quick.
Foul on Ward, his second. Team fouls 4 on the Huskies, 5 on the Bison now. Coming into this game, North Dakota State averaging in their non-conference games 79 points per game. The Huskies have scored to the tune of 76 per night. Defensively, a big difference, though. The Huskies giving up 62 points per game. The Bison allowing 83. North Dakota State shooting only 27% from three-point range. The Huskies are a 40% shooting team from that distance. Overall, 47% from the field for the Huskies, only 42% for the Bison, Dean. That's been a problem. But again, they shot 54, nearly 54% in the first half.
They're shooting really well tonight. Danny Ward just went out of the game. That new rule in the game, any blood, he had a little scrape on his knee. Any blood, he's got to go out of the game.
So DeVita's in at the point guard for the Huskies. Stu Kramer also in. Travis Brown has come in at a forward. Bison have it, front court down, 49-43. Mundine has it out, top the lane, beyond the top of the circle. Willie Mundine dribbling slowly to his left, now cuts back to the right, still at the top of the key. Now Mundine veers to the left, brings it back out to Hartman beyond the top of the circle. Now Ross Manson. Near the timeline to Mundine, hands it off. 10 on the shot clock. Mundine holds 2 fingers aloft as he sets the play from near the timeline. Mundine moving to his left, 5 seconds left to shoot. He gets the shot off, blocked by DeVita, but it bounced on the baseline after the block, and it'll stay with the Bison.
Nice play by DeVita, 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Keep in mind, a rule that changed last year in college basketball, you don't need just the shot, but the shot to hit the rim before the shot clock recycles, so the Herd has to get it off in 3 seconds. Lob pass way out on top. Harris, he'll take the 27-footer, and it just barely rims out. That was a desperation shot that was very close. Rebound Brown ahead to DeVita now for the Huskies as they come into the front court. DeVita to Brown, top the circle, underneath. Bodette missed the layup. Got his own rebound and was fouled.
Nice play by the Huskies, getting it inside to Bodette. Just missed it. Nice pass by Travis.
And the foul is on Rob Stefanowicz. He and Bart Manson, a couple of backup guards, had just come back in the game for the Herd. And Beaudet now will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. This is the 35th meeting between St. Cloud State and North Dakota State in men's basketball as Beaudet cans the first free throw. It's all tied up. The series all deadlocked at 17 all, but St. Cloud State has won the last 4, including the 2 games last year, an 84-60 Husky blowout at the Bison Sports Arena in Fargo. And then in the return meeting, the Huskies beat the Bison 86-78 here at Hallenbeck Hall. Second free throw by Beaudet is good. He makes them both. He's got 8. 51-43, St. Cloud State. The Bison now with Lingo, Griffin, and Wenschlag, their starting front line, all back into the game. Backcourt now consists of the Manson brothers, Ross and Bart. Bart Manson has it on the right wing front court. Gets it to the high post. Wenschlag. Further out on the left side to Ross Manson. Working the dribble against German. Top the circle. The pass comes to Lingo now on the right wing side. Bart Manson. Griffin atop the key. Back on the right wing once again to Bart Manson. Huskies not allowing the Herd to get the ball inside much tonight. 10 on the shot clock as Bart Manson dribbles out to the midcourt circle. Now he sets a play, dribbling to his right, cuts back to the left. Bart Manson, the fall away 15-foot jumper is in and out. Rebound knocked out of bounds, goes to North Dakota State as Beaudet and Brown both went after that ball. And Wenschlag apparently cleanly came over their back, knocked it away, but it went off one of the Huskies out of bounds. And now Haug Charnowski coming back in, shaking off whatever that injury was earlier. He'll replace Brown at the power forward. Pass in for the Herd on the baseline, comes out near midcourt. Bart Manson has it. Passes to the right sidelines to Griffin, now to Wenschlag at the high post. Back to Bart Manson on the low right wing, gets it off for Lingo at the free throw line. Took a dribble, then was covered. Couldn't get the shot off, so it was brought back out to Ross Manson. 25 left to shoot as Ross Manson working slowly to the right on his dribble, brings it back out. Griffin has it, fakes the inside pass, brings it back to his right on the wing to Ross Manson. Manson dribbles back out near the midcourt circle, leaves it for his brother Bart. 8 seconds left to shoot. Bart Manson to Ross Manson. Right corner 3 off the back iron, no good. Long rebound comes out near the North Dakota State bench, out of bounds, and it goes to the Huskies as Charnowski and Lingo were battling for that loose ball.
Good hustle by both of them. With 10:52 left, I think both teams are still feeling each other out. I think the Huskies going to get on a little run right now. I think the momentum's changing a little bit.
8-point Husky lead as they come in the front court. Beaudet at the high post, clears it out for DeVita. Dino DeVita, the sophomore guard, goes to his right, pulls up, shoots from 8. That's short off the rim. Rebound tapped out to Bart Manson, and he starts the break for the Bison. It's 2-on-3. Manson down the right side, banks it up and in. Nice running, driving layup by the sophomore.
It's funny, they look alike and they play alike.
Yeah. Brothers Bart and Ross Manson, a big part of this North Dakota State team. That time Bart scoring 51-45 now. Gurman on the left side for the Huskies, goes to the baseline. Tried to dish it in the lane from midair. It was knocked away. Gurman got it back momentarily, but it went off of him and out of bounds. So the Huskies lose it.
I tell you what, that one play, that one block shot that Ross Manson did, now he's got Chad thinking. He came off the screen, he was open to shoot it, but now he's thinking about it too much. Now he's pump faking, taking a dribble instead of doing his normal shot.
Willie Mundine checks back in at the point guard, replacing Ross Manson for the Herd. Mundine's into the front court as we reach the midway mark of the second half. 10 minutes left, and the St. Cloud State lead is 6 points. Bart Manson has it, left wing for the Bison in the front court. NDSU very patient on offense. Now they work it down low. Griffin is open at the right block, and he banked it in as Kramer lost his footing and fell to the floor.
Yeah, that was just a bad break. Stu just lost his footing. Nice look by Wenschlag, though.
8 for Griffin, and the Bison are back to within 4. It's 51-47. Here come the Huskies in the front court. Gurman cross court to Spann, and he is fouled. Wenschlag went for the block. That's his specialty again, rejections, and he got some of the basketball, but that time also got Spann on the arm. LaTroy had just checked in at the forward. Now the Huskies will make 2 more changes. Scott Springer and Joel McDonald enter the game. Gurman and Kramer will check out. That foul on Wenschlag, his first of the night. 6 as a team now on NDSU.
One thing shot blockers tend to do, if he just would have went straight up, he would have made a hard shot, but he tried coming down with it.
And now LaTroy Spann at the free throw line for the Huskies. Free throw is short, no good. Spann will try another. That one's up and good. His first made free throw in 5 attempts this year. Spann with 3 points, 52-47, St. Cloud State. Into the front court now, the Bison come. They get it to Griffin. His free throw line, Jay, won't go. Rebound cleared by Spann, off for DeVita. Here come the Huskies on transition. McDonald stops on the wing. Passes down low to Charnowski. Gets around his man, banks it up and off, no good, and drew the foul. Nice move by Charnowski as he slipped past Wenschlag, got the inside position. Missed the layup, but they ruled that Wenschlag reached around and got the foul.
Nice play by Haug. Best way to go to beat a shot blocker is go straight at him. Just like on TV today, they were talking about how Derek Thomas is so good. The best way to go at those guys is go straight at them because they're so quick side to side.
And you know you're going to eat it a couple of times, but you just have to accept that and go on from there.
Yep.
Charnowski at the line. The free throw is no good off the back rim. Haug is now 3 of 5 from the line tonight. He's got 13 points. He leads the Huskies in scoring at the present time. Second free throw is good. 53-47, St. Cloud State with 9:10 on the clock. North Dakota State with their point guard Willie Mundine running the offense. Gets it off in the left corner. Bart Manson's three, nothing but net.
Big key on that one was Jason Wenschlag. He set a nice screen on the bottom guy right there. Three-point game. We got a game.
Bart Manson shooting 48% from three-point range. He's got 3 three-pointers tonight. 53-50 SCSU. DeVita's in the front court. Bounce pass to the right wing. Here's McDonald. Has it above his head. Goes to the dribble. Stops. Dumps it off to a cutting DeVita down the lane, but he couldn't control it. And the loose ball recovered by Lingo. Here come the Bison with a chance to draw to within 1 or to tie it if they can hit a 3. Griffin on the right wing. Still has it. Jeff Griffin now brings it back out on top to Mundine. Huskies presently in the man-for-man. Mundine guarded by DeVita out on top. Passes off to Griffin on the wing, now to Lingo, posting up against Charnowski, shoots over Haug and banks it in.
Tell you what, we got a game. You keep them in the game long enough, they start to get confidence. They think they can win the game.
Lingo has got 6 points. The Bison are to within 1, and the Huskies want a timeout. And even 8 minutes left in regulation. St. Cloud State's lead, which has been as big as 10 points tonight, now down to 1. 53-52, Huskies off their timeout in the front court. Joel McDonald hands it off for Dan Ward. Loops it cross court to McDonald. Open from 22 feet. No good. Tapped up and off by Beaudet. Tapped up again, and that comes off the rim. And then Beaudet called for the foul as Wenschlag finally cleared the board, and Beaudet has his second.
Looks like the Bison went to a little 1-3-1 trap right there. Tell you what, I don't know if I'd do that. I'd just still play the straight man-to-man defense because what's going to happen is you're going to get McDonald or German in the game. They're going to hit a couple jumpers and then going to get the momentum going.
Change the whole tempo of the game.
They're playing well right now.
They're playing very deliberately, are the Bison, which is really unusual for them because, as we heard coming in, they love the transition game. Lob pass down low. Wenschlag is fouled as he got the entry pass from the top of the key from Lingo, and Ward, helping out Beaudet on the defense, came around and strafed him from the side. Ward's third foul. Team fouls now 6 on the Huskies, 8 against the Herd, and this will be a 2-shot foul for Wenschlag.
You know, that's another thing I'm pretty impressed with the Bison. You know, the scouting report I had, they're going to come down, they're going to be transition, they're going to look to put it up right away. They've been really patient tonight. They've been looking around, they're trying to get Wenschlag in a high-low situation to use his height, and they're doing a great job at it.
And his free throw is good, and that gives us a tie, only our second tie of the night. The first was at 2-all, and now we're tied at 53. Second free throw, no good. The Bison have never led in this ball game, but they have forged a tie now at 53-all. With 7:20 left, Huskies in the front court. Springer on the right wing goes to the baseline. On the dribble, tried an entry pass in the lane, but it deflected off the hands of Beaudet and recovered by the Herd. So a turnover against the Huskies. Here comes North Dakota State now on the offensive end. Point guard Willie Mundine just beyond the timeline with 7 minutes left in regulation. NDSU a chance to take its first lead. Lingo loops it down low at the left box. Turnaround jump shot by Wenschlag won't go. Offensive board by Mundine, and his putback is also short, but he was fouled.
That definitely shouldn't happen. The smallest guy on the floor, right among the trees, came out with the ball.
Foul is on Ward, and that's 4 on Ward. The Bison are into the bonus, although this will be a 2-shot foul. Bodette will hit the bench. German is into the game for Bodette. So a change there in terms of the attack situation. Bodette at 6'9", German at 6'2". DeVita's in for Ward now, who, as we mentioned, just picked up his 4th foul. Free throw is up and good. Huskies in a 3-guard offense now with DeVita, German, and McDonald. And the free throw by Mundine is good, so the Bison have their first lead. And that's the first point for Mundine. Second free throw also good. 55-53, North Dakota State. Huskies in the front court now with DeVita. Passes to the free throw line. Charnowski kicks it out to German, to McDonald, down the left baseline. Running 6-footer is good.
Again, they're in that 1-3-1 trap. German and McDonald are in the game at the same time. I think I would stick to man-to-man.
Tied at 55. As McDonald now with 6 points on the night. Bison in the front court. Lingo lobs a pass in the lane for Wenschlag. Brings it back out on the wing to Bart Manson. Now in the corner, Griffin has it. On top of the circle, Mundine to Manson. Back to Mundine. He'll back off on his dribble with 20 on the shot clock. Out on top, point guard Willie Mundine. Passes left on the wing to Bart Manson. Wenschlag at the high post, has it above his head, loops it down low on the block, and open is Lingo to bank it in.
There's that high-low situation. I tell you what, if the people aren't here, Jason Wenschlag's got that look on his face that he wants the ball. And right now, he's taking over the game right now, passing and scoring-wise.
North Dakota State leads by 2. German has it on the right wing. Dribbles up to the line. Fall away. 8-footer is good by German. His first points this half, and we're tied at 57. Now the Bison push it ahead quickly in the front court. Griffin to Lingo. Goes down the lane. 2 dribbles. Tried to pass it in the paint for Wenschlag. Deflected away. Recovered by Charnowski. Huskies will slow it up. Butch Raymond wants them to slow it up and set up in the half-court offense, trying to break this 57-all tie. DeVita dribbles to his right, gets it off for McDonald on the wing. McDonald looking for Charnowski. Back to the basket. McDonald goes to the dribble, brings it back out for DeVita. Now to Springer on the right baseline. He's open for a moment, trying to dump it back out. Nobody was there. It was intercepted by Bart Manson. Ahead on the break to Lingo, and he is fouled. And the Huskies want another timeout with 5:01 left to go. We're tied at 57. The Huskies and the Bison, and we'll be back in 1 minute. Suburban Health Club.
South Dakota. Just goes to show you the NCC. You know, I picked them probably 4th or 5th in the league, and they're jumping up, taking a stand for the top spot.
Jeff Lingo at the line. Off the timeout. Free throw is good. And heck, we're here at Hallenbeck Hall, one of the top 3 teams, according to the media. St. Cloud State being challenged in a big way by this North Dakota State team that was figured to finish last.
The last report we had, Mankato was beating North Dakota.
Yeah. 59-57 as Lingo makes both free throws. Lingo with 7 this half, 10 on the night. Huskies in the front court, under 5 minutes left in regulation. Bodette on the left side. Up top to DeVita. Gets it off for German. Open from 18. The jumper is no good. Rebound, Bodette. Or Charnowski, rather. His putback was blocked by Hartman. Charnowski off the offensive glass. Hartman came out of nowhere to reject it. And now DeVita has a steal for the Huskies. As in the backcourt, DeVita took it away from Griffin, and he'll bring it into the front court. St. Cloud State still trailing by 2, coming up on the 4-minute mark. German has it on the right wing. Out to Springer. Now Charnowski near the timeline, hands it off for DeVita. Beyond the top of the key, high post pass comes to Bodette. German has it, works off a pick from Charnowski, gives it back to Haug on the give and go. Charnowski's in the lane and lays it in.
Nice little 2-man game with Chad and Haug.
16 for Charnowski.
This could be a key possession for North Dakota State right now. Tied up, 59-59.
5th deadlock of the night. 3:45 left in regulation. Ross Manson's back in the game. He's got it on the left wing, dumps it down on the baseline. Bodette knocked it away from Lingo, and Bodette, lying flat on the floor, comes up with a loose ball. DeVita tried to dump it underneath. The ball is knocked out of bounds off of DeVita. It'll be North Dakota State basketball.
I'll tell you what, both teams, when it seems like they're going to make a run, they make a mistake. Well, it's a turnover, missed shot or something.
In a lot of ways, this seems like a first game after Christmas type outing.
Yep.
Although, as you mentioned, the Bison have had 2 games after the holiday break. They played in that Rydell Classic last weekend. 59 all. North Dakota State front court. Lingo in the corner. Passes up the wing to Ross Manson. Has it above his head. Dumps it off. Top of the circle to Hartman. Back to Manson. Now Lingo. Back out. Ross Manson tries the 3. Right corner. That's short. No good. Rebound out of bounds. We've got a pushing foul underneath as Bodette and Hartman went after the loose ball, and Hartman pushed off.
Huskies got lucky there. Bart had a nice look at the basket there. Just missed it. Both teams will be shooting 1-on-1 in the last 3:06 right now.
That's 9 on the Bison, 8 on the Huskies right now in terms of team fouls. Stu Kramer will come in. He'll replace McDonald for the Huskies. And at the free throw line, shooting the 1-and-1 will be Chris Bodette. St. Cloud State basketball coming your way in this 92-93 season on 98.1 FM, 98 Country. Tomorrow night, the Huskies host the other North Dakota school, the North Dakota Fighting Sioux, at our pregame 7:30 here at Hallenbeck Hall. Bodette has 8 points tonight. His foul shot is good. And the Huskies regain the lead 60-59 with 3:06 on the clock.
Game's going to come down to foul shooting. Both teams around 70% free throw shooters.
One more coming for the 6'9 senior, Chris Bodette. It's off the back rim, no good. 60-59, St. Cloud State rebound, North Dakota State, and they've got it in the front court. Lingo beyond the top of the circle. Dumps it down low, left wing. Ross Manson passes out on top to Bart Manson. Huskies man for man right now. Bart Manson guarded by DeVita, who fights through a pick to stay with Manson. Now to Hartman, back to Bart Manson, left corner. Reverse pivot dribble, brings it back out to Ross Manson.
I'm surprised they don't have Winchleg out there.
He's on the bench right now. He's only got 2 fouls. Bart Manson out near the timeline. 15 on the shot clock, 2:35 on the game clock. The Herd down by 1. Manson goes to his left on the dribble along the arc. Fadeaway 12-footer is short. Rebound, a battle underneath. Out of bounds, goes to North Dakota State. As both Charnowski and Bodette were going after that loose ball, one of the Bison players, I think it was Hartman, was putting on the heat from behind and effectively knocked that ball out of bounds off one of the Huskies.
Tell you what, the Huskies got lucky too, because Dino fouled Bart on the shot too. You could hear it all the way from here.
New cycle on the shot clock now for the Bison. Stefanowicz in the game has it on the left wing to Hartman at the free throw line. Ross Manson on the right wing. Lingo loops it in the lane, intended for Hartman, knocked away. Kramer and Hartman both on the floor, and the loose ball recovered by Lingo. Boy, it was a scrum on the floor between Kramer and Hartman.
Good hustle.
The Bison came up with the loose ball. 2 minutes left, 20 seconds left to shoot. Bounce pass in the lane. Lingo against Charnowski. Out to Hartman. 3-pointer, top of the circle, in and out. Rebound Charnowski. Off to DeVita. A 3-on-3 break now for the Huskies. DeVita out on top. Now the Bison get back in mass, so DeVita will slow it up. Passes to his right. Gurman, quick release jumper, right side off the front iron. Rebound tapped out, controlled by Bart Manson. And he starts the break for the Bison. Bart Manson almost lost it to DeVita. Now he'll slow it up, and with 1.5 minutes left in regulation, the Bison will work the half-court offense. St. Cloud State leading by 160-59. North Dakota State takes its first time out of the night. The Huskies 60, the Bison 59 with 1. Pass in North Dakota State, front court against St. Cloud State's man-for-man defense. 1:20 left. Winschlag is back in at center for North Dakota State. Griffin has it now off the pass in to Ross Manson to brother Bart Manson between the circles. 20 on the shot clock, 1:10 on the game clock. The Manson brothers continue to play catch out on the wing. Bart dribbles to his left, beyond the top of the circle. Now to Ross Manson, back out to Bart Manson, top of the circle, 1 minute left in regulation, 8 on the shot clock. Ross Manson has it, right wing, dribbles to his left, stops at the line, dumps it off. Bart Manson under pressure, 3-pointer is in and out. Rebound Winschlag, his follow-up is good.
Forgot to box out, big fundamental mistake right there.
Winschlag with 15 points, 61-60, North Dakota State timeout called by the Huskies.
Huskies did a great job forcing the Bison to take a tough shot. And then fundamentally, they just didn't get it done. They forgot to box out.
It really was a great defensive job as Bart Manson had to take a 3-pointer that he did not want to take with a hand in the face about 22 feet out on the low left wing. Missed the shot just barely. He almost drained that. And then Winschlag on the offensive board all by himself got the putback.
The thing is, Winschlag 7 because he kept the ball above his head, too. That's exactly what a 7-footer should do.
Wenschlag with the basket, his second this half. He's got 15 tonight to lead the Bison. And it's 61-60, North Dakota State with 38 seconds left in regulation. The Huskies taking a timeout, their third, as they're gathered around head coach Butch Raymond are right now at courtside here at Hallenbeck, plotting strategy for what could be a final shot attempt. 37 right now on the shot clock, 38 on the game clock. So if they want, if they so choose, the Huskies can go for the final shot. Do you think they'll try to do that?
No, I don't. I think they're going to take the first available shot.
Gives you a little room for error if that happens. Huskies right now with Ward, Gurman, Charnowski, Beaudet, and McDonald on the floor. The Bison will have Ross and Bart Manson, Wenschlag, Griffin, and Lingo. In a man-for-man defense, pass in McDonald to Ward. 35 seconds left. Ward will move it ahead to Gurman on the left wing. Dribbles to his left, now back to the right. McDonald has it. A half a minute left to go. Again, 1 second less on the shot clock than on the game clock. Ward to Gurman on the left wing. Tries a running jumper from 13, no good. The long rebound comes out to Ross Manson. 15 seconds left. Gets it off for Bart Manson. He's running away from Husky defenders. Bart Manson is fouled by Beaudet at the timeline. Let's see how they rule here. It's going to be the bonus. Probably could have been called either way as Beaudet literally reached out and grabbed Manson. And now another timeout called by the Huskies. The fourth timeout taken by Butch Raymond with 13 seconds left to go. Final in men's play. South Dakota 68, Morningside 59. So South Dakota did win that game on its home court against the Chiefs. All right, at the free throw line is Bart Manson for North Dakota State. A 79% free throw shooter. Free throw no good. Off the back rim. Rebound controlled by the Huskies. 10 seconds left. Here comes Ward in the front court. 7 seconds. Ward goes to the right. Puts it up and off. No good. Tapped up and off. No good by Beaudet. Loose ball. 2 seconds left. Gurman shoots. In and out. No good. Gurman missed it. In and out on the desperation follow-up jumper. And North Dakota State wins it 61-60. What a wild finish. The Huskies with a great opportunity on first the follow-up. The original shot taken by Dan Ward was a prayer as he penetrated to the right baseline and threw up an off-balance layup from about 6 feet. That was no good. The rebound was tapped up by Beaudet, and that barely crawled off the iron. The loose ball came to the Huskies. Gurman brought it outside with 2 seconds left and forced up an off-balance 18-footer that went in and out as the buzzer sounded. And North Dakota State, in its first league game under new coach Tom Billiter, upset St. Cloud State. Our final score, the Bison 61, the Huskies 60. We'll have a